So when I was putting this week's list together, I just stopped counting at 54. So there's at least 54 new releases I'm going to tell you about this week. New videos, new albums, reissues, box sets, vinyl drops. About a month or so ago, a very expansive multi-format version of the Alan Parsons Project's Pyramid dropped. It included this 2LP 180-gram black vinyl pressing, and now you can pick that up by itself. Music on Vinyl is dropping 1,500 numbered copies of the best of Annihilator on silver-colored 180-gram vinyl today. Kind of hard to describe this Canadian band's sound exactly. Was Jeff Waters the Eddie Van Halen of thrash metal? British metalcore act Architects dropped their 11th studio album today, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. Everything Ends is part of this week's curated playlist. 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominee Billy Idol is set to release his latest full-length album, Dream Into It, featuring guest appearances from Avril Lavigne, Alison Mosshart, and Joan Jett in late April, followed immediately with the launch of a 5-month tour, which opens at the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater in Phoenix, April 30th. You can check out the video for Still Dancing, featuring Steve Stevens, in this week's playlist. Black Label Society dropped Lord Humungus. This single is the follow-up to last year's The Gallows from an as-yet-to-be-announced full-length album. It is hard to take your eyes off the video, which is streaming in this week's playlist, by the way, because while the track itself is a banger, the video is not exactly what one might expect from the Zakk Wylde-led band. On a 180-gram black vinyl pressing, it's Spectres from Blue Öyster Cult, the 1977 classic featuring Godzilla and I Love the Night. It's definitely one of the band's best albums. Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet is dropping as a 2-CD deluxe edition, featuring an acoustic version of Wanted Dead or Alive, an extended mix of Livin' on a Prayer, and a handful of live tracks recorded in Cincinnati, Detroit, and the Nassau Coliseum in 1987. It is also available on cassette. In the United States, look for an exclusive picture disc vinyl LP edition, limited to 1,500 copies. The wet, liquid-filled vinyl edition should be the most difficult to track down. Promising all your favorite parts of a Bowling for Soup acoustic show, Stoked on Trent is a new streaming release from the Texas pop-punk veterans Bowling for Soup. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee and 8-time Grammy winner Buddy Guy teams with 4-time Grammy-winning band Switchfoot for the blistering crunchy blues number Last Man Standing. No word about further collabs or a new album from either one, but the song, as the kids say these days, it slaps. Slaps is good. From the BulletBoys, it's Behind the Orange Curtain. The SoCal Hard Rockers dropped this live 2007 album for the first time ever on vinyl. Butter Miracle, The Complete Suites, arrives this spring from Counting Crows. Check out the first single, Spaceman in Tulsa, and this week's curated playlist. Walking Through Fire is a new video and the first single from the new album Dreams on Toast from the Darkness. That's on the way March 28th, dropping on CD and white vinyl. There will also be an indie-exclusive orange vinyl version and a signed Amazon-exclusive sleeved red vinyl version for those who hop on it quickly enough. Also a signed exclusive Amazon CD version. The Darkness launch the Dreams on Toast tour, March 7th in Ipswich. Details are few and far between at this point about whether or not a new full-length album is on the way from Disturbed, but the new track, I Will Not Break, very solid track, by the way, one of their strongest singles in years. Don't know if it'll be included in the band's 25th anniversary box set, which is out next week. I'm sure it'll be performed live during the band's The Sickness 25th Anniversary Tour. That hits the Enterprise Center in St. Louis Sunday night. It's the fourth single and video from last year's Heaven Comes Down. Check out the video for Saving Grace from Dokken in this week's curated playlist. Another video from Doves. Check it out. It's called A Drop in the Ocean. It's in this week's playlist. On vinyl and CD and featuring the instantly recognizable Danger, High Voltage, Fire, the debut album from dance punk icons Electric Six, is reissued today in a 21st anniversary remaster. And the CD version, by the way, features 5 extra tracks. Omega Alive is a 3LP set featuring a DVD and a Blu-ray from Epica. This is the Dutch symphonic metal band's legendary June 2021 show, recorded in Belgium. A sweet and simple 1LP vinyl reissue of the 2004 remaster of Fleetwood Mac's 1977 magnum opus, Rumours, drops today. Pair of reissues from Foghat, their 1972 debut album, and the 1975 classic, Fool for the City. Those are both being reissued on colored vinyl today. From Fontaine's DC, It's Amazing to Be Young, the song will be available on a limited edition 7-inch single, which will also feature another track, Before I Just Forget You. The video, directed by BAFTA award-winning filmmaker Luna Carmoon, is something you can check out in this week's curated playlist. Gillan 1978 through 1982. This is dropping on a 7-CD set. It's all of the Ian Gillan-fronted band's albums and assorted leftovers from that short time span between gigs with Deep Purple. B-sides, outtakes, rarities, live tracks, and the like. Former Deep Purple and Black Sabbath vocalist Glenn Hughes reissues his 1996 release, Addiction, today. That's on vinyl. A very personal, very compelling release. Tragically, this album went completely under the radar in the mid-90s. It's actually a pretty solid record. I did not see this coming. Although this band loves to incorporate a variety of genres into what they do, a mostly reggae but kind of punk cover of Willie Nelson's 80s classic Always on My Mind drops today from Huntington Beach rockers Head PE. All Prey, this French-influenced, mostly covers album Iggy Pop originally dropped in 2012, is hitting vinyl today. It's a single black vinyl pressing. Australian rock legend Jimmy Barnes has announced dates for the Defiant Tour 2025 that kicks off June 7th in Adelaide. The video for New Day is part of this week's curated playlist. It's from the Defiant full-length album, and that's on the way June 6th. Just Like Heaven is a tribute album to The Cure. It's dropping on a limited edition transparent colored swirl vinyl, featuring new mastering, new artwork, covers of classic Cure tracks from The Wedding Present, Elk City, Tanya Donnelly, and many more. Young Fashioned Way is a new album arriving soon from Kenny Wayne Shepherd and blues legend Bobby Rush. I guess I should say Kenny Wayne Shepherd is a blues legend by this point. You can check out the video for Hey Baby. It's in this week's curated playlist. Something else you can check out in this week's curated playlist is the video for the track Collusion from Killswitch Engage. Their new album is called This Consequence. It dropped last week. Jesse Leach says Collusion is about the struggle between people in power and the common people. Laura Nero's Mother's Spiritual. This originally dropped in 1984. It's out today on a limited numbered 180-gram translucent pink vinyl pressings. Not a lot of copies. 750. That's it. You could be one of only 750. You know, I guess if you bought 3 copies, you could be 3 people out of 750. Imagine you had to pay a lot more taxes, though, if you were 3 people. Like CD Central in Lexington, Kentucky. No way. Oh, I got the Deluxe Wait, Rush, what? No way. Now I'm making a mess. These guys are not going to invite me back. Love the cars here. Unrequited Love is the theme to the No Funeral Without Applause video. That's another new video dropping from Marilyn Manson's One Assassination Under God Chapter 1. There's also a video for Not If You Understand. That's new. Also, in this week's playlist, a trio of color vinyl 50th anniversary reissues from Motorhead. Reissues of Overkill, Bomber, and Ace of Spades drop today on 3 different splatter vinyl half-speed mastered pressings. Nightwish have dropped another video from their most recent album, Yesterwind. Check out Hiraeth in this week's playlist, the 25th anniversary of Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, the 2000 album from Oasis, is marked with a pair of fresh vinyl drops today, Heritage from Opeth. This is a limited red and black marble pressing on 180-gram vinyl from the Danish prog metal legends' 2011 release. Pattern-Seeking Animals have a new album, their 5th album in 6 years in fact, Friends of All Creatures, the prolific neo-prog outfit, which arose from the, I guess you'd say, ashes of Spock's beard, is available on vinyl and CD. It's also now streaming. Dr. Dark is the new album from The Residents. Over 2 years in the making, it features the story of Maggot and Mark, two young heavy metal fans, and the mysterious Dr. Anastasia Dark, a disgraced visionary who offers those who need it the gift. Did you know The Residents have been releasing albums since 1974? Come and Find Me is on the way April 25th from veteran axe slinger Robin Trower. The video for A Little Bit of Freedom is in this week's curated playlist. Please Don't Take Your Love from Santana. It's a new single with vocals from Motown legend Smokey Robinson. It's from the full-length Sentient, a career-spanning 11-track release featuring reimagined recordings of past collaborations with Michael Jackson, Miles Davis, and more. Sentient drops March 28th. The Live in the USA box set from the Sex Pistols. This was quite literally the end of the road for the Pistols on a 3-CD set or individually released vinyl, dropping for each of the 3 shows, Atlanta, Dallas, and famously San Francisco. New video from Sparks. Jansport Backpack is in this week's playlist. It's from their forthcoming album, Mad. Original Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers drummer Stan Lynch has assembled a new band. The Speaker Wars dropped their self-titled debut on May 30th. The music video for You Make Every Lie Come True is in this week's playlist. 7 vinyl reissues from Stereolab. The avant-pop legends have finally made it possible for me to use the word septet in one of my videos. Appreciate you, Stereolab. Their new album, Birthing, is on the way May 30th. Check out the video for I Am a Tower from veteran experimental New York band Swans. From Testament, 1987's The Legacy on purple, blue, red marble vinyl, 1988's The New Order on blue, pink swirl vinyl, and 1989's Practice What You Preach on orange bone swirl vinyl. Under the Blade from Twisted Sister, this is a 2LP metallic silver 180-gram pressing, the 9th studio album from British metal vets Tygers of Pan Tang. Animal Instinct is reissued on vinyl today. It features new artwork and the bonus track Don't Say Rock and Roll Is Gonna Die. And When Rivers Meet is a British duo that typically lean harder into a heavy bluesier sound on most of their music. Their new single, Addicted to You, is a bit more anthemic, crunchy than a lot of their other stuff. It works, it rocks. It's from an as-yet untitled album and a brief tour arriving May 23rd. And it's in this week's playlist. Up here, you can go straight into this week's playlist. You can go right here if you need help picking out your picks for this year's Record Store Day 2025, which is coming up April 12th.